Hello friends, Nick here. The summer season is here and I hope you're soaking up all that good heat. A few weeks ago, I made a video on things to do before season ends. Now I'll flip it around and make a little guide video on things to do while season servers are up and kicking. So hopefully it'll be as helpful for newer adventurers starting their journey on BDO. In the charming world of Black Desert, owning a mount is pretty crucial. Perhaps much less than before the Magnus update rolled in, but still really important when it comes to grinding or getting from point A to B, like pointing your mouse onto the subscribe button. If you didn't know, your mounts can be overstacked and overweight, which is super critical for longer grind sessions as your inventory starts getting heavy with the trash loot. You can use your horse to dump all your trash loot without having to make multiple trips to a nearby city. An important thing to note is that mounts can only take one type of item to overstack, so in certain grind spots, for example cagdoms, where you have 3 different types of trash loot, you can only overstack one of them, and if you decide to overstack a second item, the main item you're using to overstack will not be able to be transferred to your mount, which will leave you and your mount overweight. So be wary, and this is from personal experience. But back to owning a mount. Getting a tier 8 horse is so much easier than 2 years ago, where the grind for a higher level mount can be an arduous task. Now, new characters that you make won't be left taking the long journeys on foot and can rent a traveler's horse from stable keepers. Do note that the traveler's horse will leave your side after 5 minutes of getting off from it, so it can't be used for grinding sessions, just primarily from getting you to your destination. The traveler's horse can be rented from stable keepers in Velia, Heidel, Glish, Kaplan, Calpheon, Altanova, and Tarif. Upon talking to the stable keepers, a little tab will appear on the bottom where it states the traveler's horse awaits. After clicking it, you'll receive a traveler's horse for your usage. By the way, you do have to be level 7 to be able to rent the traveler's mount. If you want to get a more permanent mount, Pearlbase does include a bunch of mount and seasonal events that rewards adventurers with their very own tier 8 horse without too much of a hassle. In this summer season period, just getting your season character to level 20 will reward you with a tier 8 mare with 3 skills: instant axle, chain instant axle, and S sideways, already trained to 100%. Now, it's time to get your season character to level 56. Upon reaching level 56, your character unlocks their Awakening and Succession spec after completing a relatively short questline, which typically requires you to defeat a few medium mobs and chat with the relevant NPCs. This will help elevate your class's damage, skills, and will also open up the skill enhancement tab and the first level of your skill add-on tree. For veteran season characters, getting boosted from guildies is a part and parcel of season period. We all know this. The best areas for party boosting will be high density mob areas to reach level 56, like Pali, and Miru to reach level 59 to 60, and Lower Gaifin to reach level 61 to 62. For new adventurers who just started playing, I definitely don't recommend getting boosted, as doing the main questline will get your account and character up to speed and also will get you a lot more situated with the game itself. I do suggest starting at Ancient Stone Chamber instead of the Mountain of Eternal Winter questline, as completing it once will allow your timepiece character or future season characters to skip the entire Belanos questline up till Medea by selecting the simplified path from Eluston at Velia. With your season character at level 56, let's finally go through some things to do during the season period. Number 1. Region Grind Quest. In most grind spots, you typically see a pop-up on the upper right hand corner that requires you to defeat an X amount of mobs to receive rewards, primarily enhancement materials. During season period, it will unlock regional grind quests that will reward you with seasonal enhancement goodies such as the Time-Filled Blackstone, Refined Magical Blackstone, and Tuvala ores. To find out which grind spots offer these seasonal regional quests, you can pull up the Monster Zone info in-game and check out which spots are available for your grind siesta. Do take note that there are level restrictions for various regional quests, which may require you to be above a certain level to unlock the quest itself. Number 2. Weekly seasonal quests. Yep, the dreaded weeklies. In a recent-ish patch, Pearlbase has amended the seasonal weekly quest, which requires you to defeat lesser mobs, so hooray! Now you can find a comfy, high-density mob location Poly, and then whack out this weekly in less than 10 minutes. This weekly season quest is given by node managers at various grind spots and will require you to defeat 150 to 500 mobs in the spot itself. After completing this quest, the node manager will reward you with a Rift's Echo, which is a boss summon scroll to obtain more enhancement materials and Tuvala accessories, alongside a choice in the following: 600 time-filled blackstones, or 90 Tuvala ores, or 40 refined magical blackstones. I definitely recommend choosing the time-filled blackstone, as it can be exchanged for ores and refined blackstone if needed. This seasonal quest does reset weekly at midnight on Thursday. Number 3. Grinding from level 56 to 60. If you preferred the path of grinding and enjoy the complexities or simplicity of BDO's combat system, here are some paths you can take to get your season character up to level 60, which is the level you're required to reach to complete certain seasonal challenge rewards and in your season battle pass. For adventurers that prefer staying put, you can definitely consider staying at Polyforest or Fadus until level 60. The EXP there is pretty top notch, and I have definitely power leveled several of my season characters till level 60 at those two areas. It can go by pretty quickly once you've got plenty of EXP buffs active in your buff bar too. However, for new adventurers, stacking EXP buffs can be a little difficult if you haven't played long enough to build a little fortune stack of buff scrolls and such, so you can consider these areas. For level 56 to 58, with the guesstimate AP of 140 to 180, Desert Nagas and Desert Fogans are a great spot. It also nab you some materials required for Jatina's pen accessory and pen gear, such as the sealed black magic crystals, Yona fragments, and plenty of ancient scroll pieces. For level 59 to 60 grind spots, adventurers with 170 to 190 AP can try out Parati Cave and Polyforest at 190 to 220, Road Sulphur Mine, Miru. If you have a 3-man party that's available to grind with you, it's a pretty decent spot, and a spot that I think deserves some recognition for combat EXP is Sakraya Upper. It's definitely a bitch to get there, but well worth for the type of loot that you can get. Also, the reason why I don't recommend grinding to level 61 is because it takes so long to get there. I mean, doing it once is fine, but multiple times can be so tedious, especially as you make more progression in your main character. Sometimes it's just not worth the time grinding on a season ult when you can half that time by getting a Changa's Tome and then questing for an hour or two. Which brings us to number 4, getting your Changa's Tome. Every seasonal guide basically mentions completing this quest line to obtain Changa's Tome. I won't go too in depth into it as it's pretty straightforward. It's just questing, you ride your mount, traverse around the Kama Dragon area, spam the R key, and ta-da! The Changa's Tome is yours to have and keep. The reason to get the Changa's Tome is due to the buff effects. Characters equipped with this specific tome will gain an additional 30% combat EXP through quest rewards. So pull up a Changa's Tome guide and then just whack at it. Number 5, quest to level 61. Again, level 61 is not required as PA changed the necessity of reaching level 61 on a seasoned character. Now, they've amended it to level 60, so it won't be too grindy for casual players. But if you want to get your family fame up, getting to level 61 is a no-brainer. So I normally follow Grumpy's quest guide from level 59 to 60 to get to level 61. It takes about an hour with a fast horse and probably 2 hours if playing casually. However, if you already started questing to get to level 60, you can always use Grumpy's level 60 to 61 quest guide, which would take you approximately another 1 to 2 hours to complete, and then your character will be level 61. Also count the amount of times I've said 61 in the past 2 minutes. Holy cool. Number 6, maximize your EXP buffs. For adventurers that do prefer grinding, here are some easily forgotten EXP buffs that you can nab to boost your character's EXP progression. In the challenge tab, you can obtain a daily mercenary scroll under the daily combat time, which will reward you with a 200% combat EXP and 30% skill EXP mercenary scroll, which will last you 60 minutes. If you don't pop it right away and stack 3 scrolls, you can use simple alchemy and transform them into a single 600% combat EXP and 90% skill EXP buff that will be active for 60 minutes. Really great for casual adventurers. If you scroll all the way down to your challenge tab, you can also obtain a daily buff of 100% combat EXP and 30% skill EXP for 60 minutes. This buff is only available for characters under level 60 and above level 15. Also, hit up the Pearl shop and visit the Loyalties tab. There, 53 530% combat and skill EXP scrolls are available for purchase for 1 loyalty. This can be stacked with most EXP buffs and can only be purchased a maximum of 53 times until a reset occurs whenever PA decides to, which is really great. I mean, why not? It's 1 loyalty. And lastly, number 7, getting your free tent and pen fill stacks from Fugar. Does the enhancing system on BDO sound intimidating? Well, we all started young and naive once. The pros of enhancing Tuvala is that it's actually way easier than normal boss equipment, unless you go on a very unlucky streak, of course, while season time also offers a bunch of valuable enhancement materials without really working too hard for it. From the Rift's Echo to challenge rewards to seasonal weekly events and the battle pass, there's no real shortage of materials. During season time, Fugar also rewards adventurers for getting their Tuvala gear and weapons enhanced to Tri and Ted, with an Advice of Volk stack to help you enhance your Tuvala to the next tier up. So at Tri, he'll reward you with a plus 40 stack for you to enhance your gear to Ted, and after reaching Ted, he'll reward you with a plus 60 stack for your pen Tuvala attempts. You'll be able to receive the rewards after picking up the quests from Fugar and equipping them at the appropriate enhanced levels, and the quest lines are only offered once per season. Also, if you're in a pickle to get more seasonal enhancement materials, you can exchange your coelacanth fish with Fugar for some time-filled blackstones. These blackstones can then be exchanged for Advice of Volk stacks, Tuvala ores, and refined blackstones. And that's a wrap! I wish you the best endeavors to your seasonal grind, and may it be a fruitful, joyous time as you explore and unravel the abyss that is Black Desert Online. Till the next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye! Subscribe please! Thanks. Bye.